Last fall, my friends and I decided to camp deep in the Cascade Mountains, far from any trails or campsites. It was supposed to be a weekend of solitude, just us, nature, and an endless supply of beer. After a grueling 6-hour hike through dense forest, we finally found a clearing near a small, placid lake. It was perfect. We spent the evening around the campfire, grilling sausages, swapping stories, and laughing until our sides hurt. By midnight, we were drunk, full, and more than a little loud. The moon cast eerie silver light over the lake, and the forest around us felt alive with sounds. Rustling leaves, distant owl hoots, and the occasional splash of a fish. Around 2 a.m., the fire was dying down, and we decided to call it a night. I bunked in a tent with my buddy Ryan, while the other two, Jake and Eric, shared the larger tent a few feet away. Just as I was drifting into a booze-soaked sleep, a laugh cut through the still night air. It wasn't one of us. At first, I thought Jake and Eric were goofing off, but the laugh didn't sound like them. It was high-pitched and almost hollow. It echoed in a way that didn't make sense, as if the trees themselves were mocking us. Ryan sat up beside me, his eyes wide even in the dim light. "Did you hear that?" he whispered. Before I could answer, the laugh came again, louder this time. It sounded closer. Jake shouted from their tent, "Not funny, guys! Knock it off!" But Ryan and I weren't laughing. Then came the scariest part. Jake and Eric started shouting at the same time. "We thought it was you," Jake yelled. "What the hell is that?" The laugh turned into a low chuckle, dragging out unnaturally long as if whoever, or whatever, was making it didn't need to breathe. It was circling us now. I swear I could feel the vibrations of it in my chest, like it was coming from all directions at once. Ryan grabbed the flashlight and unzipped the tent just enough to peek out. I watched as his face drained of color. "Dude," he croaked, "there's someone standing by the fire." My blood ran cold. I scrambled to look, but the fire had died down to glowing embers, and all I could make out was a figure, a tall, thin silhouette standing unnaturally still. "Who's there?" Ryan shouted, his voice cracking. The figure didn't move. Then, slowly, it tilted its head, like it was studying us. The laughter started again, but this time it came from right next to our tent, even though the figure hadn't moved. Ryan dropped the flashlight, and in the faint moonlight, we saw it. A hand pressing against the thin fabric of the tent, long fingers dragging downward with a horrible scraping sound. My throat seized up as the laughter shifted into something even worse. A gurgling, choking noise, like a drowning man gasping for air. We bolted. Barefoot, half-dressed, we didn't care. We tore through the woods, the underbrush clawing at our legs. Behind us, the laughter followed, bouncing between the trees, always too close. We burst out onto the dirt road where our car was parked, the headlights still on from earlier. Jake and Eric were already there, panting and pale. We didn't say a word as we piled into the car and tore down the mountain, leaving our tents, our gear, everything behind. It wasn't until we were miles away that I realized something. The figure we'd seen by the fire, it hadn't cast a shadow. To this day, I can't sleep in a tent. I don't care if I'm in a public campsite surrounded by people. Every time I close my eyes, I hear that laugh, circling closer, closer, and I know it's still out there.